computer game. Okay, so what we did, we just created a 2D empty project first, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
We opened that GitHub, sorry, not GitHub, Unity Hub. Okay, in Unity Hub, we have created a 2D project, 2D empty project, nothing was there. Then we have downloaded this particular image, this sky image we have downloaded. Okay, this black sky image we have downloaded, and we have created a game object that is called sky. Okay, and I just modified that the sky. Here we have modified pixels per unit. It was earlier 100, so we made it 250 so that it should be somewhat larger to fit into that particular game view. Okay, now we have added these two scripts, that is crawl background. That is only one script, crawl background, that we added to these two game objects sky, isn't it? This crawl
Yes.
background, and speed we have given -1. That means it will be scrolling down. It will be scrolling down, and this spaceship also image we have downloaded, and we have made background transparent of that image so that it will be looking like means that square part, background part will not be visible here. And then we have created the script for spaceship control, that is ship control script. In this script, when we press the left arrow key, then our spaceship will move left, and when we press right arrow key, then our spaceship will move right. That we have created. That is done by this particular instruction. Okay, so this instruction will move our spaceship from left or right. Okay, these two instructions, and then we have created one bullet. Bullet, how we created? We just created one game object, and we have added. Excuse me. So we have just created this game object with this sprite. Sprite, I think we have created circle. We have created that. Okay, circle we have created, and circle was already there inside this, so we have used this. Okay, I think how we created this bullet. I think we created like 2D game object, this sprite and circle, isn't it? We have right clicked here and 2D object and sprites and circle, and then we just drag this to our prefab. So this prefab is created bullet, and we change the color of prefab, bullet prefab. Now you can see we can just make this particular spaceship little lower so that more what you call area should be visible here, or you can keep that in that place itself, or will move little lower here, -3. This is okay, I think. Now if we play here, see, we can move this left and right by left arrow key and right arrow key. But if we press this space bar, then many bullets are spawning here. So we have to make one modification in the script, that is ship control, so that after particular time only that bullet should be spawning there. So we'll do that. First of all, we'll create one variable that is elapsed time. Like it will be just counting the time from 0 to some value. Okay, so let us take it as wait float elapsed time. And it to 0. You can initialize it to here also. Elapsed time is equal to 0 0.0. Created one variable that is elapsed time, that is of type data type float. So we can store point values, means whatever fractional values are there, that we can store in this particular elapsed time. Now here, what we are making elapsed time in update function. Update function is called in every frame. That is, in 1 second it is called 60 times. In 1 second, update function is called 60 times. That we have seen. Okay, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
So elapsed time will be equal to plus equal to, or plus equal to, can give plus equal to time dot delta time. Means we are increasing this elapsed time to its old value by value time dot delta time. Means it is similar to this, is equal to elapsed time plus this. Okay, means whatever earlier value it is there. See, when game starts, the start function is called in first frame. This will be called, now elapsed time is 0. So in first frame, elapsed time is 0 plus time dot delta time. This is having some value 0.025 or some value it will be having. So that will be added here, and this new value will be 0.025. Now in next frame, again this elapsed time will be equal to earlier elapsed time, that is 0.05 025 plus 0.025, that will be 0.05. So this elapsed time will go on increasing. This elapsed time variable value will go on increasing as game progresses. Okay, now we have to check load its on time, limit time. When the elapsed limit, what do you call, elapsed time is greater than some limit time. If it is greater than limit time, then we will make that elapsed time equal to 0 again. See here, as the game progresses, this elapsed time is increasing. This is increasing by this value, time dot delta time, for every frame. Now what we will do, when this elapsed time is greater than say some 5 seconds, when this is greater than 5 seconds, we will make this elapsed time equal to 0 again. So we will have a condition here. Here we are earlier checking if input dot get button jump, if jump, that is spacebar is pressed, then this block will be called. Here we are adding one more condition with and means when both this condition and the next condition is true, then this will be executed. What and means, this is and condition. So here, when this is true and next condition here that we are going to write, that is true, then only this will be executed. Otherwise, it will not be executed.
Okay.
So here we have, if elapsed time is greater than or equal to 0 point, or let us call it limit time. It is greater than limit time. Earlier, what was happening, that bullets were spawning very fast, isn't it, in our game? When we just consider here, if you don't give this, whatever earlier condition we are having, this one is the earlier condition. If you play this, if you play this, now if you press this space bar, see if you press space bar, then a lot of bullets are spawning here. Or if you go right, left and right, then this bullets will be spawning. You want this, when one bullet is spawned, the next bullet should spawn after limit time. Okay? When one bullet is spawned, the next bullet should spawn after limit time. So for that, you have to give condition here, that is, if elapsed time is greater than limit time, then will spawn. Or limit time we have not initialized here. We can initialize it in our Unity editor itself. Spaceship space control, and limit time, let us take it as 3. Okay, so if you play here now you, you can move horizontally, and when we press, we have not made that elapsed time equal to 0 here, that also you have to make elapsed time equal to 0, equal to 0. One bullet is spawned, then we are making that elapsed time equal to 0 again. So see here now, if you press, next bullet is spawning after 3 seconds. Next bullet is spawning after 3 seconds. You have to lower this value again. Let us make it 0.2 limit time. So it will be spawning like this. Okay, I think. But after spawning these bullets, it should move upwards, isn't it? It should move upward with some speed. So for that, we'll be creating one script for bullet prefab. Let us call it bullet only. Right? And we'll attach rigid body rigid body to our bullet. We will attach rigid body, what it does, we can give physics to our game object with rigid body, right? We can give some velocity to our game object. So for that we will have this bullet, and here we'll be adding rigid body. We are working in 2D environment or 2D game, so we'll be having rigid body 2D. Okay, we have selected bullet prefab. We have selected bullet prefab, and here we have added component rigid body 2D. Here mass is okay, everything is okay. Okay. Now here what we will do, we have created one very script, that is bullet. We have to add this script to bullet prefab. We will select this prefab bullet, and we'll log this. See here, if this bullet is selected here, okay, if this bullet is selected here and we don't want this inspector window to go away, we don't want this inspector window bullet to go away, so there is lock functionality is here. At the top right, there is lock functionality. Okay, so you have to just click this. So whatever we do, this left hand side, the earlier one, that is for bullet, that will be locked. Inspector. Now you have to attach this script bullet to here. Okay, bullet. Now we can unlock this. Now what we want in bullet that uh, here bullet speed we can again configure. Let us call public float bullet speed. We can initialize in uh, bullet speed or velocity also we can say. We will initialize in Unity editor. And here in start we will have transform dot or directly make component. Now we are talking about bullet prefab. So bullet prefab have component that is rigid body. We have already attached rigid body 2D component to this bullet prefab. So get component rigid body 2D and dot velocity we have to consider. Here ma'am. Bullet is given. Ah, here it is velocity 2D. Ah, okay. Vector 2. Okay. X and Y side we have to give velocity. See here. We have created with his bullet prefab. We already have this bullet prefab here. Okay. This is bullet prefab. Okay. So here we have added rigid body component. Here we have added this rigid body component. Now we have to access this rigid body component so that we can give velocity to bullet. Velocity to bullet. So velocity to bullet can be given by this rigid body. Okay. So we are accessing this component rigid body here in start and velocity value we are changing here. So we'll be having new vector 2 in y direction only we want to move. So vector 2 0.0 x will be 0 and y will be 0. Now we are giving this in start function itself. So when start function is called when your bullet is spawned. When bullet is spawned, when bullet is spawned, at that time start function is called. Now we'll see which way this bullet goes. First of all, you have to give some speed to this bullet. Let us give it 5. Now we'll play here. Now I am spawning the bullet. So just spawning. See here,
Yes.
but it is going downwards. It should go straight up. So for that, you have to remove this. You have to select this bullet prefab. Bullet prefab you have to select, and from rigid body you have to remove gravity. Gravity let us make it 0. So it will not fall down. It will go straight upwards. Okay. So in rigid body, gravity scale is there. Gravity scale. So you
Yes.
have to make it 0. Now we'll check this. See here now is going upwards only. Now here one thing you have to make this bullet little smaller. Like it is bullets will not be that much large, isn't it? And also you have to spawn those bullets nearer to this spaceship, just at the tip of spaceship, isn't it? So we'll have bullet. Let us take bullet speed again somewhat higher, or it is okay, I think. And spawn position you have to change. So for the shift control you have to select shift control script, and spawn position you have taken here to be just above 1.5 f. So we'll make this 0.5 f, just near to your spaceship it should spawn. We'll check here. This is okay, I think, but still it is just spawning on the spaceship. This is not okay. We'll make that 1. Okay. Now you have to decrease the size of that bullet. So how to decrease size? You have to decrease this scale here. Transform and scale for this bullet filter. Let us make it point 0.1, zero point 0.1, zero point 0.1. Let us try now. Also, color is also not looking okay. Color is okay, I think. Or you have to increase that, or it is okay, I think, for now. Color, color also you can change. Let us make it like this. Color about issue. Okay, I think it is visible now.
Yes.
So what you have to do, you have this bullet prepared. Now we have to spawn those obstacles. Obstacles means those rocks we have to spawn. So for that, I have downloaded one rock for that. This is the image we are considering. This rock we are considering. Okay, so I just remove. This was the original rock. I have removed the background from here. So in sprite, we'll be adding this. This is good. Let us rename this as rock. Okay, now this will be again we have to create prefab. Again we have to create prefab of it. So how to create prefab? You have to drag and drop this rock sprite to hierarchy. Okay. So it is not visible because sorting layer is default here. Sorting layer you have to make this front. At the right in the inspector you have to make that sorting layer to front. So it is visible now. But it is very large. You have to make these small. You have to select this rock and this sprite, and you have to adjust these pixels per unit. So let us make it 100 and apply. Still it is somewhat large, so you can make this 400. Okay, this is okay. No, still you have to decrease this because you are spawning more than one rock. This is okay. Yes, this is the rock prefab you have to create. This is the rock game object. You have to create prefab from it. So you have to just drag and drop this rock to prefab folder. Okay, prefab is created. Now we have to delete this from hierarchy, and by clicking rock, we have to add uh, one thing you have to add, that is rigid body you have to add. Okay, rigid body, because you have to move that particular rock from top to down. It should be coming towards the spaceship. So again, that function will be having for in that, as that of bullet we were having. Similarly, for rock also will be having one script. So again, this gravity scale, let us make it 0. We'll have a script, that is rock script rock. Let us open this rock. Here similar thing will be happening, that is gate component dot velocity, and this will be copying this to here. But here bullet speed will not take, will take rock speed. Public float rock speed, and will not initialize here, will have as it is and initialize in initiator. So rock speed, or can give velocity also with this. Okay, for the timing, let us take velocity, this is equal to rock speed. Okay, now we'll have one function, that is spawn. It is being game manager. Let us make one game manager game object. Let us say, hmm, we'll be creating empty game object, and let us make it rock manager. Okay, on rocks, depending upon, means our logic, depending upon our logic. So, and let us delete this also. We'll have the script as rock manager. Earlier we created rock as the prefab, and we are adding the rock script to that prefab, but we are doing different way here. Rock manager will be having script, and we'll attach the script to this rock manager game object. Okay, now rock manager. Huh. Now here we have to create one rock prefab variable, public game object rock prefab, and here we'll be adding that rock prefab. See here what we did. This is another game object. This is empty game object rock manager. We have just added a script to this. Okay. Now this script, what it will do? It will spawn rocks here, here, here randomly. Randomly it will spawn. So here we are adding a rock prefab. Okay. Now it will spawn randomly. So we'll have one function spawn. Spawn function will be calling at the start. Now update is not required, so delete it. Public void spawn. What it will do, we have this prefab rock prefab, so it will just instantiate rock prefab, means you have to spawn rock prefab at what position. Second option is position. Okay, so position will be it will be x value will be from, you have to check what is the x value. Okay, so how to check that? Spaceship, if we move left side, what is the value of x? It comes out to be minus 3. Let us take minus 3.5. Okay, what we are doing? We are calculating what is the left side value and right side value. Spaceship we are moving, so here if we spawn, it should be between minus 2.5. Okay, minus 2.5 to plus 2.5, I think. Plus 2.5. Okay. So so position you have to give here. So new vector, or you can give here vector c spawn position equal to, spawn position means where it will be spawning, is equal to new vector c. You have to give x, y, z, y and z value. Vector c. Here you have to give x value. X value will be between minus 2.5 to 2.5. Isn't it? We have calculated here just now that it should spawn between here to here. So you have to take one function, that is random dot range. This is function. What it does? It returns a value between minimum to maximum. Random dot range. So we'll give minimum value as minus 2.5 and maximum value as 2.5 f. Means it will spawn between minus 2.5 to 2.5. Now you are considering here vector 3, but here we can consider vector 2 also, because our game is 2D. So you have to give only x and y value. So just make it vector, and y value will be at the top you have to spawn, isn't it? At the top you have to spawn. So you have to check where will be the top position. Here minus 3 will be having, but here it is come out to be minus, or let us take 4.5. Okay, so these will have minus 3 and 4.5. Here will be having 4.5. 4.5. What we are doing? Uh, we have this rock prefab, and we have to spawn here. We have to spawn here at the top. So we have just calculated what is the y value here. Y value comes out to be 4.5, and x value is between 2.5 to minus 2.5 to 2.5. Okay, so we have given minus 2.5 to 2.5 for x value. That is random range, that will be spawning randomly between that x axis, and y value will be fixed. That is 4.5. At the top only it will be spawning. Now here we'll be having this spawn position, comma, that is quaternion dot identity. This is for just rotation should be 0, 0, 0. That's why we are giving this quaternion dot identity. Okay, now we will just run this, but it will be called only once because it is having called in start, so it will be called only once. You can see that. See here, it is called only once, but we want this spawn after every some time interval. Okay, so what we will do, spawn functionality we have done. Now one more function is there, that is invoke. Invoke, what that does, we have to give two inputs to this function. Invoke function. One is function name. So function name is spawn, and second is after how much time this function will be called. Now, like up to here, this execution will come here, and then here there will be this execution pointer. Now here this function will be called. This function will be called after how much time? Let us take 5, 0.5 there, or let us take 1.0f. So this spawn function itself will be called again after 1.0 seconds. But you need to look. So you can see here. These rocks are spawning here. Rocks are spawning, but they are not going downward. You have to make those rocks to go downwards. Okay, so for that we have to give one script also for rock. Or if you give gravity scale 1, you can try this. So they will be dropping down. It will work. But they are spawning in the picture, so you are not getting the feel that like they are coming from top. They are
Yes.
just falling down, na? So we are not getting feel like they are coming from top. So you have to
Yes.
give update this value. 4.5 was there, so let us make it 6.0. 6.0 above the our game view. So see here, now we are able to see like they are
Yes.
coming from top.
Yes.
Now we want that those rocks should be colliding with the bullet. If bullet like shoots them, they should destroy. They should get destroyed. You can also decrease the speed also of these rocks. They are coming very fast. So for that speed, you have to decrease this gravity scale. Let us make it 0.5. Still, they are very fast. Let us make this rock speed equal to zero point 0.2 gravity scale. This is okay, I think. You can change that also later. Now we have to attach collider to this particular rock prefab. Rock prefab and bullet prefab. Collider. Then only we will be able to detect collision. So for rock prefab, we are adding polygon collider also you can add. That we have seen earlier. Polygon collider 2D. Okay. So here, what you have to change? Nothing. Okay. Rock, polygon collider is there. Also for bullet also you have to attach that polygon collider or circle collider also okay, or it is called sphere collider. But let us have polygon collider only. Okay. Now just we are playing without any updating script. So if you see, the bullets will be see here like this. It is happening, but we don't want the game like this. It should like after touching these bullets, they should destroy. Collision is occurring, but they should get destroyed. So for that we have one script. It will be like in bullet script itself we'll be having. We have seen that on trigger collision when we are discussing about collision lecture in collision lesson. We are discussing about on collision enter. On collision enter function is there. So here, when this bullet, this is attached to bullet, when this bullet is touching to any other game object, when this bullet is touching to any other game object, that game object will be referenced by this collision variable. Okay, so collision dot whatever game object is there with that collision variable reference will make that collision dot game object destroy this. Okay, so function is there destroy collision dot game object. So what we are doing when this bullet prefab bullet is uh, touching any game objects, so it will be referenced by this collision, and that game object will be collision dot game object, and we are destroying that game object. Let us see whether it works. No, it's not working. Uh, error might be there. No error is there. Okay. In one, I think you have to trigger is there. You have to attach trigger here. You check with that. This trigger you have to make this on. Let us try now. The function is not working. You have to check with that. Date is trigger trigger. Try it by also doing enter. Coming properly. On trigger enter and on collision enter are almost same. Here again you have to make one game object. Rock you have to make this trigger. Like we have attached collider to both the game objects, bullet and rock. So out of those two game objects, you have to make one is trigger true. Now it will work, I think. Not working. I think it is not getting. In this condition, if you are not getting proper result, one thing you have to do, it debug this, means whether the function is calling getting called or not. So there is a debug.log function is there, which will give whether it is going in this function or not. So here what we are doing, we are just printing this on trigger enter called. Okay, so it should be called. Then only our game will work. It is not getting called, I think. Okay, I got it. What is bullet sorting there? Bullet sorting there is front. No, this is rock. And bullet sorting there is also front. Okay. Delete body 2D. Bullet polygon. Configure enter. It is not getting called. Why it is not getting called? Okay, let us make this rock as polygon color is okay. Issue might be there. Let's check it. Something is there. It is not getting called. Other dot game object. Configure enter. Or we can do one thing. We can call this in rock also. Then it should work here itself. This other. Got it. Here we are using the 3D. For 3D we are using. We want it for 2D. On trigger enter 2D. Because our game is 2D. That's why we have to call 2D. Destroy other, or what was that? Collision. On collision enter. Because we have given on collision enter and one should be triggered. One out of these two, one must be having the trigger 2. This trigger should be 2 or for 1. Now it should work. Okay. That's right. One thing we are doing wrong is that we were using for on trigger enter for 2D, 3D. Want it for 3D. Now one more condition you have to do here. When these rocks collide with this spaceship, then we should that spaceship should destroy. Means we will the user will lose the game. That thing you have to do. Okay, so for that ship control in ship control because ship control is attached to spaceship. So here you have to call the function on trigger enter 2D, and here you have to define the self game object. That is game object only you have to write. So let us try with this. Now, no, you have made bullet and you are calling it on trigger enter 2D. Made bullet as this trigger. Okay, so you have to make this spaceship also is triggered true. So let us try. Hmm. Means when rocks, I will tell you what we are doing. Uh, Here we have this rock prefab. Here we have this rock prefab and it has rigid body and polygon collider. No, now here bullet prefab is also there. It is also having this polygon collider. So when there is on trigger enter you have to call, on trigger enter you have to call. Out of those two game objects, one should have is trigger true. One game object should have is trigger true. So that's why we're doing mistake in that. Okay, now most of the game is almost game is completed, but some UI part is there. Like when our spaceship destroys, then we should have a message like you lost or some main menu that's start the game. So all these things you have to take care. So we'll take that in next lecture. But if you have any doubt in today's lecture, you can ask ma'am, or you can refer today's video recording also. That will be getting.
In the script alone, I'm getting
Yes, ma'am.
in the script alone, I'm getting confused every time. But
Script,
I'll
ma'am.
see to
Okay.
the video later on. One or two times, if I see to that, I think I will get a clarification.
Okay. Now what I'm doing, I'm giving you this project, whatever till now we have done. Okay, I'm uploading that to the here itself in this live. So you will have only four here space shooter. If you open, you have this many files. But I am giving you only asset, packages, project setting, and user setting. So if you open this project in your Unity editor, this folder if you open, it will take some time to create this library. So it will be automatically created, that library folder and other folders. So I'm just giving this asset folder, packages, project setting and user setting. So you will be able to open this project in your Unity editor and can reference this for creating. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then we will continue tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.